Have you ever walked into a room and suddenly frozen in your tracks? You look around, you see a stranger sitting in the corner. You hear the sound of a spoon clinking against a cup. You smell the coffee brewing, and instantly, a cold shiver runs down your spine. Your brain screams, "I have been here before. I have seen this exact moment. I have heard this exact sound." You know it is impossible. You know for a fact that you have never visited this coffee shop in your life. You have never met these people, and yet, the feeling is overwhelming. It feels like you are watching a rerun of a movie you have already seen. It feels like you can predict what is going to happen next. For a split second, reality feels fake. It feels like a dream. Or worse, it feels like a glitch in the simulation. This phenomenon has a name. We call it déjà vu. It is a French phrase. It literally means already seen. And it is one of the most common and most terrifying experiences of the human mind. Almost 70% of people will experience it at least once. But what is it? Is it a memory from a past life? Is it a prophecy? Is it a warning? Or is your brain simply failing to record reality correctly? For centuries, we didn't know. Ancient philosophers thought it was magic. Paranormal researchers thought it was telepathy. But today, neuroscience has finally opened the black box. We have found the glitch. Welcome to Mind Odyssey. Today, we are going to break down the mystery of déjà vu. We will explore the three leading scientific theories: dual processing, the hologram theory, and the precognitive dream. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly why your reality sometimes feels like a rerun. Let's start with the most famous scientific theory. It is called the dual processing theory, or as I like to call it, the laggy internet connection. To understand this, you need to understand how your brain processes the present moment. We like to think that we see the world instantly. You think, I open my eyes and I see the world. But that is not true. Light hits your retina. That signal travels down your optic nerve. It goes into your visual cortex. Then it goes to your memory centers. And finally, it hits your conscious mind. This takes time. It takes milliseconds. Usually, these signals arrive at the exact same time, like two cars arriving at a finish line together. But sometimes, there is a delay. Imagine your brain has two separate pathways for information, pathway A and pathway B. They are supposed to be synchronized, but let's say you are tired, or stressed, or distracted. Pathway A sends the signal instantly, but pathway B gets stuck in traffic. It arrives a millisecond later. Here's what happens. Your brain receives the first signal. It processes the coffee shop, the smell, the sound. It records it as a memory. Then, a split second later, the second signal arrives. Your brain processes the coffee shop again. But this time, it checks its files, and it says, wait a minute, I already have a record of this. I have this memory stored. Because the first signal arrived a millisecond earlier, your brain thinks the event happened in the past. It creates a false familiarity. You are actually experiencing the present moment twice. Once as a new event, and once as a memory. You aren't seeing the past, you are just seeing the present, with a lag. It is literally a glitch in your biological wiring. But this doesn't explain everything, because sometimes, déjà vu is triggered by something much smaller. Have you ever met someone, and you swore you knew them, but you couldn't place their face? This brings us to the second theory. It is called the hologram theory. This theory suggests that your memory is not like a book. It is like a hologram. In a hologram, if you have one tiny piece of the image, you can reconstruct the whole 3D picture. Your brain works the same way. Let's go back to that coffee shop. You walk in, you feel that wave of déjà vu. Why? Maybe it's not the shop. Maybe it's the tablecloth. Imagine that 10 years ago, you went to your grandmother's house. She had a tablecloth with a specific checkered pattern. You have forgotten that memory. It is buried deep in your subconscious. But today, in this new coffee shop, your eye spots a tablecloth with a similar pattern, just that one tiny detail. That one hologram fragment. Your brain instantly retrieves the old memory of your grandmother's house. The feeling of safety, the smell of baking, the familiarity, but it fails to retrieve the context. It brings up the feeling of the past, without the facts of the past, so you stand there, surrounded by a feeling of oldness. But looking at a new room, your conscious mind is confused. It says, I know this place. But really? You just know the tablecloth. Your brain has tricked you into thinking the whole scene is a memory, just because one tiny piece of it matched. It is a sleight of hand. Your brain is prioritizing familiarity over accuracy. This explains why déjà vu happens so often in new places, because new places often share generic details with old places. The layout of a hotel room, the smell of a subway station, the way light hits a window. We have seen these patterns before. We just don't remember where. But there is a third theory, and this one is my favorite. It suggests that déjà vu has nothing to do with the past. It has everything to do with the future. This is the prediction theory. Your brain is not just a hard drive storing memories. It is a prediction machine. Every single second of every single day, your brain is trying to guess what happens next. When you walk downstairs, your brain predicts where your foot will land before you even move. When you listen to a song, your brain predicts the next note. This is a survival mechanism. If you can predict danger, you can avoid it. Usually this process is subconscious. You don't feel it happening. But sometimes, in a moment of déjà vu, your prediction engine works too well. You walk into that coffee shop. Your brain scans the layout. It sees the waiter walking toward the table. It sees the cup on the edge of the table. It runs a simulation. It calculates. The waiter is going to drop the cup. And then, a split second later, the waiter drops the cup. Smash. Because your brain predicted it milliseconds before it happened. And the prediction came true instantly. You feel like you remembered it. You think, I knew that was going to happen. I have seen this before. But you didn't see it before. You just predicted it perfectly. And the reality matched the simulation so fast that your brain got confused. It mistook foresight for hindsight. You felt like a time traveler. But really? You were just being a supercomputer. This is why déjà vu feels so eerie. It feels like you have superpowers, and in a way, you do. But we cannot talk about déjà vu without talking about dreams. How many times have you woken up and forgotten your dream instantly? We forget 95% of our dreams within 5 minutes of waking up. But just because you forgot them doesn't mean they are gone. They are stored in the trash can of your subconscious. There is a phenomenon called Déjà Rêvé. It means already dreamed. Some scientists believe that déjà vu is simply a moment where real life triggers a forgotten dream fragment. Maybe 2 years ago, you had a random dream about a red room with a spoon clinking. It meant nothing. You forgot it. But today, you walk into a red coffee shop, and that spoon clinks. Suddenly, that deleted file in your brain, it gets recovered. The dream surfaces. But because dreams are fuzzy and timeless, you don't recognize it as a dream. You feel it as a prophecy. You think, I dreamt this would happen. And technically, you might be right. You aren't predicting the future. You are just finally living a scenario that your brain randomly generated while you were asleep. Now here is a fascinating fact. Who experiences déjà vu the most? Is it old people with a lifetime of memories? No. It is young people. People between the ages of 15 and 25 experience déjà vu more than anyone else. Why? If déjà vu is about old memories, shouldn't old people have it more? The answer lies in our favorite molecule, dopamine. We talked about this in our last video. Young brains are flooded with dopamine. They are excitatory. Their neurons fire rapidly. Sometimes, they fire too rapidly. Déjà vu is essentially a brain misfire. It is a tiny seizure in the memory lobe. Not a dangerous seizure, just a spark. As we age, our brain gets more stable. It gets rigid. Our neurons stop misfiring. The internet connection gets slower but more reliable, so the glitch stops happening. If you are young and you experience déjà vu often, take it as a compliment. It means your brain is active. It is healthy. It is running simulations at high speed. It means your biological machine is firing on all cylinders. So, what is the truth? Is déjà vu a glitch in the matrix? Is it a memory from a past life? Probably not. But the scientific truth is equally beautiful. Déjà vu reveals that your reality is not a live stream, it is a construction. Your brain is constantly building, predicting, and editing your world. It stitches together the present. It retrieves the past. It simulates the future, and usually, it does it seamlessly. But every once in a while, the stitches show. The tape skips, the audio lags, and for one brief magical second, you get to see behind the curtain. You get to feel the machinery of your own mind. So the next time you freeze in a coffee shop, and you feel that shiver down your spine, don't be scared, just smile. It's just your brain reminding you that it is working hard to create your reality. This is Mind Odyssey. If you've ever had a crazy déjà vu experience, tell us the story in the comments. Subscribe for more journeys into the mind. And I will see you in the future. Or maybe, and I already have,